And Richard Southern joins us again. There's a heat warning out across the city, but one of Toronto's most famous residents is staying pretty chill. Richard.
Maleeha Drizzy is keeping nice and cool, okay? Drake posted over the weekend on his Instagram account that he was taking his first dip in his new pool at his just completed Bridle Path mansion. Maleeha, look at the size of this pool.
I'm very jealous because all I have is my bathtub, Richard.
That's going to have to do for the likes of you and I, but Drake has this big pool here in his new backyard. This mansion, multi-million-dollar construction project that's just finished on the Bridle Path there in, Bayview Lawrence area. It's just one of two pools at his home. He's got an indoor black granite one as well. Maleeha, Drake has previously said he's actually obsessed with pools. He once said he wanted to have the largest residential pool in the world. I'm not sure if that qualifies as the largest, but it is pretty big and lavish indeed.
Richard, I'm obsessed with pools too, but I just can't really do anything about it. All I can do is admire Drake's.
We don't have the money for that. I mean, even the cheapest pool, we actually had a story on 680 today, Maleeha, about demand for pools is actually up. Everything from kiddie pools to in-ground pools. The cheapest one starts at about $35,000, so it's not cheap. I hate to imagine what Drake spent on that massive thing there in the Bridle Path.
All I can say is Gabriel, my three-year-old son, is going to be getting a little kiddie pool, and I'll just dip my feet in it and use my imagination.
I'll be happy with that.
Absolutely. Now, Richard, what will restaurants here in Ontario look like after this pandemic is over? One diner in France is experimenting with a new concept, and it brings new meaning to the phase self-isolation. Tell me about that.
I'd love to look at all these things now that restaurants are sort of floating and trying out. This one in Paris, France, is basically a lampshade, Maleeha, that goes over the diner's head. It's very clear. I'm not sure you can make it out there. This is a French designer that's come up with this, cylindrical, transparent plastic device that hangs from a cable on the ceiling, much like a lampshade. There's a scooped out part in the back so you can stand up easily, and they sort of slide your food under it. Of course, diners can't eat with a mask on, so restaurants are trying to, try all these things. And that one doesn't look too bad, Maleeha, but I'm not sure that's going to do much to cut down on any viruses that might be floating around. But we'll see what they come up with when we start reopening restaurants.
I think it looks really lonely. But I mean, I know we need it. It just looks so weird, doesn't it?
It does look weird. And we were talking just last week about, a restaurant in Italy had these sort of enclosed pods and, mannequins. Another restaurant had mannequins to fill the seats so you wouldn't sit too close to each other. I'm not sure what they're going to settle on, but those are some unique designs, Maleeha.
Absolutely. People are trying. People want to get out of the house, that's for sure. Now, Elon Musk and Grimes made waves a few weeks ago for choosing a very unusual baby name. But now they're just backtracking a little bit.
This is their original baby name. We're going to show it to you. XAIA-12 is how they said it was produced. That's seriously the child's name. However, the child was born in California. California law only allows for 26 letters, no numbers. So they had to amend it. And the new one isn't much better, I have to say. Here, let's take a look at the new name for the Musk baby, and it is XAIA-XII. So they basically replaced the number 12 with the Roman numeral. Maleeha, are you following this, Maleeha?
No, I'm very confused, and I'm just wondering, do they not want their child to have friends? I'm just confused by this decision.
I don't know what they're going to call it. They did have sort of this great explanation for what all of those letters mean, but you're right. I mean, they're going to have to settle on something a little shorter for that child. But there's a lot of, common names out there, so I'm okay with something a little bit more off the beaten path like that. That's pretty off the beaten path, though.
That's a little too much. I would just call that baby. Thanks, Richard.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.